Okay, so how are you handling contacts in the system that aren't technically, I'm the listing agent, the buyers aren't my client. I'm just not even putting their names in just because I don't want to muddy the system.
Yeah. That's a valid question. The question becomes, how do you do it without putting them in there? And you really can't link them, but they still need to be in there. So one thing that that I need to do, and I have not yet, is on the type here, create a hidden or a non-client option, and that it would not show in any of your lists unless you specifically search for it or pull it from the listing itself.
Okay.
That way, at least you have the information, you have the data, you can go to it if you need to, but knowing it was not your client.
Okay.
So currently I have a tag that does that, but I do put the buyer's name and address in because when I do send out a physical newsletter, they get one. Because they're in
not
my
a violation of something?
They're in my farm, in my the neighborhood that I farm. So they're getting it. So they're getting a paper one. But and I'd like it to address it with their name if I had their name instead of occupant.
Yeah.
Or something else.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, you put the cover year clause in there that if you're currently working with another agent, this is blah, blah, blah. So, but I like the idea of having them in there because there's so many abandoned clients. People close a deal with them and they forget about them. So I like this idea of having them and possibly figuring out a way down the road to market to them. So that's cool.
Yeah. I mean, basically it's the same type of thing. And what I can actually, that'd be the easiest thing to do. And it would almost work out of the box. So whenever you delete a contact, if I come in here and I delete a name, all that it's doing at this point is adding a date, a deleted date to the date fields. And whenever that happens, then I can come over here and I can say view deleted. So then it will pull up a list of people that that I have deleted from the database. I could easily go in there and create a similar type of thing for non-contacts or something like that, so that you could see them, but they're not shown, just like the deleted ones aren't shown anytime unless you specifically ask for them.
That's the kind of like archive that I've used in other systems.
Archive, that would work. Archive date. And then make that,
yeah, because delete's really final, or trash is final, but archive you keep in the system, and you know, they might, if they audit, like right now I have in my system, if they came on my website and looked at a property, it would jump out of archive and come into active, and then I'd get notification to call them or text them or email them or whatever.
That's a good point. I like that.
To add to this, we use a software system called AppFolio for our property management branch, which runs all of that folio. But one of the things that that system has, which is a really cool feature, because we have landlords and we have residents that are no longer, tenants of ours or whatever. They get it's the features. It's kind of like archive, but it's called hidden, and you can search hidden. So anytime we search any field, whether it's a property, a resident, an owner, you have the ability. It's always selected to choose. It always chooses to run it from your actives, but you can choose, search hidden as well. And it'll pull up all our old owners or all our past tenants or all our past properties that we've managed.
That's interesting.